What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle, aka the FM Guru, and welcome to another episode of my Tenor Muggle I've saved. So let's get this started. So let's go over what happened in the first season. Kind of whizzed through the first season in a couple of days. Didn't really get a chance to make a video though, but carried on and ended up doing quite well in the league in the first season. Champions in the league. Was a bit disappointed with the points total, but yeah, it'll do for now, I suppose. About to start the new season now. First game of the season coming up against Shakhtar Soligorsk. Yeah, something along those lines. So just hoping we can do well there. First season at Tenor Muggle wasn't too bad. Fixtures, since we went through stages of competitiveness. I mean, we had a bit of a blip around this part of the season. Winning 3, which for a division like that wasn't too pleasing. Done a couple of winless ruts there at the end of the season, struggling a bit, but we carried on and ended up winning the league by about 7 points or so. But yeah, just thought I'd actually show you my first game of the season today. That'll be on the background, and I'll be discussing a couple of topics. Might as well start with the first thing, which is reaching 3,000 followers yesterday on Twitter. So massive thanks to everybody that's followed me in the last, I don't know, 8-9 months or so. Been fantastic, very great followers, great experience on Twitter. Cheers to Alex FM Bowden and 44FM for the shoutouts yesterday. That kind of pushed me over the line, except especially 44FM, I might add, who upon sending that shout out tweet, and I received about 25 follows in about 2 minutes, which is just unreal. So yeah, so this will be the first game of the season now coming up. No changes to the squad this season really. I'll just go through my signings quickly while getting this set up. So this season they gave us a bit of bigger transfer budget. They shipped out a couple of players, nothing too special there. Probably he's one of the best player we managed to get. Sergei Kurganski, something along those lines. Nothing too great. He was like the second best keeper we had. Players coming in: Yuri Kendish, can play CDM and centre midfield. Got him on a free. 11 on 21 caps. Decent enough prospect. Should provide good, solid competition in there. Alexei Petrov, who we signed from the players we're coming up against today, the team we're coming up against rather. He's on loan from Shakhtar Soligorsk, so he should be a decent enough player as well. Alexei Dovgale from Bate, another good option here in midfield. Can play CAM, plays centre midfield, so he should be another option in there that we can rely on. But bigger wage budget this season, almost gone up double. So a bit more financial security this year. I mean, consistently making losses last year I found, especially towards the end of the season. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, trying to get the finances in order is a big thing I think this season. If we can stay up, it's an added bonus. But just to get the finances in order, get more people in the stadium, because with a 7,000 capacity stadium, you really want to be filling it out. But it didn't seem to be working that well. I mean, we sent about 2,500, which compared to most of the teams in the division wasn't that bad. But yeah, it wasn't fantastic. But yeah, so I was discussing in the last video regarding stuff about blogs and whatnot, and I've decided that I will go ahead with the blog. I have an account set up. I might link it in the description, despite the fact there's nothing on it yet. Expect blogs up in the not too distant future. Perhaps in the time I don't have to make videos, I will start posting blogs. But I asked on Twitter was anything anyone wanted me to discuss, any topics they wanted me to discuss, and one that I thought was interesting enough was who would finish top 4 and who would be relegated this season in the Premiership. So I predicted at the start of the season, before the season had actually started, that the bottom 3, I'll start with first of all, the bottom 3 would be Aston Villa in 18th, Southampton in 19th, and Reading in 20th. And at the moment, it's playing out kind of, as you see, Villa are 18th at the moment, Reading are 19th, Southampton in 15th, so Southampton are going pretty well, better than I expected, especially after the first couple of games of the season. But yeah, so at the moment it looks like QPR are down, but mean, you see some, I mean, signing announced a minute ago of Remy, and that's definitely a signal of intent there. Jan Via from Stade Rennais as well, with a big signing. If they can get him, then you have to say they have a chance of staying up. But at the moment, I would stick with my prediction of Villa, Reading, and Southampton, and see how that plays. I'd give it a month or two. If QPR are still down there, then I'll probably have to change my mind. But until then, I'm going to stick with that. And now to the top four. The top four I predicted at the start of the season would be Man City winning the league, retaining the title, Manchester United in second, Chelsea in third, and Spurs in fourth. Now at the moment I've got that nailed on except for the top two. United are actually 7 points clear at the top, ahead of Man City. Now I think it's a bit early to be saying United are guaranteed to win this championship, because I don't think City have hit top form at all already. I mean, United, you could argue, are the same, but there's only so long you can concede as much as they're conceding and get away with it. I mean, didn't play great in the second half against Liverpool, as good as the first half was. I mean, you can't. It's only so long before your luck runs out, and I don't see United claiming the title this season, even with Van Persie. I mean, being in the Champions League as well, that's going to be another added distraction to United. So I see City nicking it at the moment, even with the 7 point gap. I mean, there's plenty of time. If they can get to 2 or 3 points by the Manchester derby in April or so, then I think they've everything to play for. Chelsea in third at the moment. Yeah, as I said, I mean, 5-6 games in the Premiership, it was looking like Chelsea would be up there for the title this season, but everything just fell apart. Sacking of Di Matteo, and now we see we go 1-0 up. Zenko, fantastic goal. Yeah, so, and then the sacking of Di Matteo, the appointment of, controversially in some ways, of Rafa Benitez. I mean, I'm not sure if the fans have yet warmed to him yet. Doesn't seem that way, especially after that defeat to Swansea in the Cup. But yeah, I still see them for the Champions League this year. They won't be in the top two, I don't think, unless one of the Manchester clubs has a massive collapse. But yeah, so that's the top three at the moment. Spurs is the one I was worried about at the start of the season. I wasn't sure about that. I was caught between Spurs, Everton and Arsenal. And at one stage I was mentioning Newcastle, but Newcastle, you can write that off now. I mean, they're behind Southampton, so that tells you how bad they've done this season. Everton, despite the fact they have no money up there in fifth, ahead of Arsenal. Well, Arsenal have a game in hand, which is coming up, I believe. I'm not sure if it's tonight, but I know for a fact they're 3 points behind Everton with a game in hand on 34. Spurs on 40, Everton on 37. Spurs, I mean, a bit hit and miss Spurs. I mean, obviously Villas-Boas is trying to mould that team in his image of the attacking and his kind of style of play, and it is working to an extent. I mean, they're winning when they win games. They really do win them. They're on fire in them. But then you see them drawing away to QPR and whatnot. It's a bit dodgy. I mean, defensively they've been solid at times, and then they come out the next match and they concede 2 or 3 sloppy goals. So it'll be interesting to see if Spurs can hold on this season and get the top 4 ahead of Arsenal. Because Arsenal, I still think Arsenal are a force to be reckoned with, even in 6th place. I mean, maybe you'll have a player or two coming in January, who knows. Wait and see on that front. So yeah, so I'll just go over that again. Top 4, my prediction for the season: City, United, Chelsea and Spurs. And my bottom 3 would be Villa, Reading and Southampton. So yeah, that's that done. I'm sure no one really cared about that, to be honest. But yeah, so I'll just run over this gameplay for a minute while I'm at it. 1-0 up against Shakhtar Sologorsk. So this, if we had a win here to start off, it'd just be fantastic. But I might have to initiate strict gaffer here with Vladimir Moroz. Yeah, I don't. 6.2. You can't really afford to be doing that in my team. Doesn't go down too well. And sorry if I sound a bit nose a bit blocked. I have a bit of a cold, but if that could be heard in the video, I apologise. But I just thought I'd get that out there because people were asking me on Sunday even when the next video will be up, so I just didn't want to disappoint. But yeah, hopefully a couple more videos up this week as well as one today, obviously. We'll see how the feedback for this one goes. I want to be steering it more away from this kind of thing. I don't really like doing these kind of videos with the gameplay in the background and just talking about stuff. Because because I'm not good about talking about stuff. I'm good about talking about Football Manager and players and staff and tactics and contracts and whatnot. So yeah, I would appreciate some questions and some video suggestions, as in, what do you want to see? Do you want me to see how I go about signing young players? Do you want to see how I go about constructing the tactic for my team? Something along those lines would be appreciated, just to mix it up a little bit, add a bit of variety to the videos. So yeah, that would be well appreciated for sure. Over 100 subscribers now on my YouTube channel as well, so that's great so far. I mean, what, 5 or 6 videos in to have over 100 subscribers is mental. So thanks to all that subscribed so far, and I'll put the links to a couple of decent channels in the description as well. So that's all I have to say really on this. So keep an eye on the match for the rest. I mean, decent performance so far by the looks of things. I mean, we have had a few chances. I mean, we've limited them to, half chances, but I mean, a win here would be a great way to start the season. I mean, we're not predicted for much really this season. It was 151 to 1 to win the league. Mid-table would be fantastic, just to stay in the division, get the finances in order, build slowly. I mean, I'm not looking for on the top 6 in this season and then moving up to first, and the next season I'm not looking for fast progression. Obviously it's appreciated, but that's probably not the right way to go about this in this kind of save, where it's a long project and whatnot. But at the moment, I think going well. I mean, getting to know the players a bit more, their strengths and whatnot. I should be sharing stuff like that in videos in the future. Oh, that was pretty close. I mean, for example, Zenko. I mean, it's one of those players I just found fine for this team. A bit like Brian Oviedo at Everton or Nathan Redmond starting out, that they're not rated the best, the attributes and whatnot, but when you put them in the team, they just shine for some reason. I can't explain that really. They just work well in the team. But yeah, that's good for me, obviously. But whether or not that will work this season in this division is another matter altogether. So fingers crossed, and we'll see. Okay, so another thing I was suggested to me actually was I received a complaint about my tweeting on my Twitter page regarding content, and some people were saying that I shouldn't be tweeting anything that's non-FM related, or just they found to be just pointless stuff. So I did try a personal Twitter account, to be honest. I still have a personal Twitter account, I just don't find it very interesting, to be honest. But I was wondering if people would find it useful if I had different guru accounts. Not claiming to be guru of these topics, just to keep it all, keep the name the same. For example, I don't know, if I was talking about WWE, which was the main complaint, would it make sense to make a wrestling related Twitter account and tweet my wrestling stuff on there? Or I just keep it all the same as it is right now and ignore the haters and whatnot. Up to you guys. I'll leave it up to a debate. But as you can see there, fantastic 1-0 win. First game of the season. Couldn't really ask for more there. Didn't seem pretty comfortable in the end actually, so I will end it at that. This has been a very crappy video, but yeah, at least one's out there. At least I'm delivering some type of content. But thanks for watching, guys, and cheers for 100 subscribers. Cheers for 3,000 followers on Twitter, and I'll talk to you later in the week. See ya, bye, thanks.